Do you think children are more likely to achieve their goals if they are encouraged? Oh, yes, absolutely. Encouragement helps a lot when kids are trying to achieve their goals. Children often get scared of failing, so it is great for parents or teachers to encourage them with some guidance and advice. It will boost their confidence and resilience. What should parents do if their children don't want to study? In my personal view, parents can have open conversations with their children, discussing the difficulties and concerns they are facing. This approach can lead to parents having a better understanding of what their kids are thinking. Genuine conversation also help them offer better guidance and advice. Who do you think should set goals for children? It depends on the situation and the type of goal they are setting, but mostly parents or teachers can help their children set their goals. I'm not saying adults should make the goals for kids. I'm saying they should assist the kids in setting their own goals, because it's also important for children to have ownership of their goals. Who plays a more important role in children's education, parents or teachers? Well, from my point of view, both parents have a significant impact on children. They're the ones who provide guidance and advice when children are lost. Both parents and teachers have their own role in a child's life, and I believe they all play a crucial role. So I can't just pick one. Is money the only motivation for people to work hard? Well, absolutely not. From where I'm standing, money is just one of many types of motivations for people to work hard. Well, some people work hard to feel a sense of accomplishment or for their personal growth, while others work hard because they love what they're doing and find it enjoyable. I'm not saying money isn't a motivation, but it's just one of the motivations people have. Which is more important, competitions or cooperation? As far as I'm concerned, at the end of the day, cooperation is the key to better results. Well, competing might boost employees' productivity temporarily, but it might lead to stressful work environments. On the other hand, cooperation often makes the work easier and helps find better solutions. How can children feel happy? Children feel happy in many ways. The first thing that comes to mind is having loving and supportive relationships with family and friends, which contributes to a child's happiness. Well, additionally, kids feel delighted when they enjoy some fun activities like playing games or watching their favorite animations. What's the difference between adults and children's happiness? There can be a variety of differences between the two. However, in my personal view, the most significant difference could be that adults' happiness often involves money. Well, grown-ups need to take care of many financial responsibilities, which can significantly impact on their happiness. But children, on the other hand, are typically more focused on immediate experiences and relationships. Do you think everyone shares a similar definition of happiness? Well, absolutely not. Happiness can be quite subjective and can vary greatly from person to person. What brings happiness to one person may not necessarily bring the same level of happiness to another. Each individual's definition of happiness is influenced by many different factors like experiences, values, and perspectives. Some people say that living in a happy city is boring. What do you think? Everyone has different preferences, so it really depends on the person. Well, some people might find living in a city where prioritizes happiness and well-being to be enjoyable, while others might find the city to be boring and lacking excitement. Which do you think is more important in the workplace, happiness or high salaries? In the workplace, both happiness and high salaries are crucial, but happiness may be more significant for long-term satisfaction. Well, happiness offers a positive work environment and improves productivity. Employees who feel happy at work are likely to stay motivated and passionate, So it often leads to better overall performance and success for the company. How can companies improve employee happiness? There are various ways that companies improve employees' happiness. They can provide support for work-life balance. Providing good benefits and open communication channels for feedbacks and concerns are essential for creating supportive work environment. What would parents prepare when their kids go to school on the first day? On the first day of school, there are some common items that parents prepare for their children. For example, they make sure their child has school supplies like pencils, pens, and notebooks and all. Plus, they also have a suitable outfit ready for the first day. How do children socialize with each other? If we're talking about how children socialize in school, there are a range of ways they interact with each other. But a lot of time, they socialize and make friends during lunchtime. By having lunch together and talking about random topics, they can find something in common and maybe strike off a friendship. Is socialization important for children? Yes, it is crucial for children to socialize because it helps them develop strong relationships and improve their social skills. That's why they need to learn how to interact with each other. This development is essential for their future success in various aspects of life. What are the reasons for job change? There are a wide range of reasons why people change their jobs. Some want to move to another company because they offer higher salaries, and others might want a career change to do what they truly want. It really depends on the person. Are big companies better than small companies? Why? Well, it's really hard to say since both big and small companies have their own pros and cons. But if I really have to choose the side, then I would say big companies are genuinely better in terms of salaries. Major companies tend to offer better wages than smaller ones, which is one of the most important considerations when people are looking for a job. What are the advantages and disadvantages coming along with changing jobs? Well, there are a variety of benefits and drawbacks of changing jobs. One of the benefits is that it can bring fresh challenges that you can push yourself to the next level. On the other hand, it might be too stressful for some people to get used to the new tasks and all. Do you think it is good for children to make noise? It's good for their development, but it is also crucial for children to learn to be considerate of others, especially in public places. They learn from what they see, so their parents should show them how to behave in public places and have open conversations talking about why they should be quiet in certain places and all. Should children not be allowed to make noise under any circumstances? Well, as I said before, they need to learn how to be considerate of others in public spaces. However, if they are in some outdoor areas where there are no restrictions on noise levels and no one would be disturbed, they are free to be as loud as they want. Well, for instance, at a park, children can engage in playful activities and make noise. What kind of noises are there in our life? Well, as you're aware, there are all kinds of noises out there, ranging from the sounds of people talking to the noises of various machines. Plus, animals like dogs, birds, and cats make noises all the time. Which area is exposed to noise more, the city or the countryside? I think the city is more exposed to noise because there are a lot more people in the city. I live in Seoul, which has a lot of things to do and places to go. I mean, we have lots of cool cafes and famous restaurants, which are always crowded and busy. So mostly, these places are noisy. How would people usually respond to noises in your country? Well, that's an interesting question. Well, it really depends on the person or the situation they're in. Some people might ignore the noise. Others might try to find a way to reduce or get rid of the noise. How can people consider others' feelings when chatting in public? I guess it all comes down to respecting each other. I mean, when chatting in public, it's important to think about how our words and volume might affect others. For example, I went to a cafe with a friend of mine a few days ago, and this old lady started talking on the phone so loudly, we could barely have conversation because of her loud voice, which I found very disrespectful and annoying. So, yes, people should be more careful when chatting in public. Should children be encouraged to learn from their peers? It really depends on what they're learning, but I suppose it's generally beneficial to encourage children to learn from their peers. It helps them develop cooperation, compassion, and friendships. And it would be better if parents or teachers could monitor them and provide some guidance and advice as needed. What difficulties or problems would introverted people face in work or study? From my perspective, introverted individuals often struggle with frequent socializations. In situations where they must interact with a large group of people at work or school, they may find it particularly challenging to handle. I mean, they may feel awkward and don't know what to say and stuff. How can a person be a good coworker? It depends on how we define a good coworker, but there are various traits that contribute to being a good coworker, such as attentiveness, consideration, quick thinking, and effective communication skills. However, I believe that being a good communicator is one of the most essential assets, as good communication could often be everything in the workplace. What makes a good employee? The traits that make someone a good employee can indeed vary based on the requirements of the job. Punctuality, diligence, sharpness, intelligence and problem-solving skills are all valuable qualities, but their importance can differ depending on the nature of the work. How can people improve their collaboration skills? Well, there are several ways to enhance collaboration skills, such as building trust, encouraging flexibility, and developing communication skills. In my personal view, Development of communication skills is the most crucial factor when it comes to improving collaboration skills. Well, people can practice active learning and delivering ideas clearly. Do you think it is more important for an employee to keep good relationships with colleagues than the work itself? It depends on the job. Some positions that require a lot of communication and teamwork might consider maintaining good relationships with colleagues more important, while other jobs that do not require much interaction may not prioritize relationships with coworkers.